Well, again, this is Dr. Keith Henry with another quick wellness news nugget. Hope you're doing okay today. Our article today is from Tyler.com, and it's a story of a woman who says doctors missed the simple vitamin deficiency that made me gravely ill. Again, I am Dr. Keith Henry. I am a naturopath, and the quick wellness news nugget is simply where I take an article that's come out during either today or during the past week, and I give my perspective as a natural practitioner. Now, this is something that happens more often than you might realize, and even the article points it out. This woman says doctors missed a simple vitamin deficiency that made me gravely ill. That's the title of the article. The article basically talks about Carrie Kay, who was a female, and this article came out on the 21st, which is Monday of this week, October 21st. It says it was April 2018 when Carrie Kay began experiencing a range of seemingly unexplained health issues. She says at first the doctors put her mystery symptoms, which included chronic fatigue, nausea, muscle spasm, and blurred vision, down to stress. So she went in with these symptoms. The doctors told her, okay, it's probably just stress. Now, again, that included chronic fatigue, nausea, muscle spasms, and blurred vision. The article goes on to point out further. She's a 37-year-old fashion designer. She was also suffering from constant headaches and low moods, and she also had a niggling feeling that it was something else. In other words, she was like, there has to be something going on more than what they're telling me. She says despite the ongoing symptoms, she was sent home with antidepressants and anti-sickness tablets for the constant dizziness that she was experiencing, and it was more than a year, actually, says the article, before doctors confirmed that she was struggling with a simple B12 deficiency. Now, I just want to let you know that this happens more than people know, not only with B12, but with any serious deficiency of a mineral or vitamin can cause serious issues. I've heard similar things happening with vitamin D, with people not being able to be cured from certain things because of vitamin D deficiency. And so the article goes on to say further that it asks the question, or rather she says, while Carrie's story is horrifying, it's not as rare as you might think. The list of symptoms of B12 deficiency is long and includes many that could be attributed to other conditions, which is one of the reasons it's so hard to detect. But the article says that could be about to change, with growing numbers of women now going online to share their stories of getting diagnosed and treated. Then it says, quote, having recently appeared on ITV's This Morning to discuss her B12 battle, Carrie is now campaigning for greater awareness of the condition. And they're going to point out how they spoke to her about her year-long struggle to get diagnosed and treated. Now think about it. She was experiencing these severe symptoms for more than a year, and it was something as simple as a B12 deficiency. Listen very carefully. Almost all diseases are the result of some deficiency, essentially. Even cancer. If you develop cancer, it's basically the body has gotten to a point to where it's been so deprived of nutrients that it can no longer function. She goes on to say in this article, when my symptoms were at their worst, I couldn't even lift my head off the pillow or feel my legs. She says my GP or general practitioner said I had vertigo and prescribed anti-sickness tablets and antidepressants, both of which I refused. She says I was scared to be left alone with my year-old son in case I collapsed or dropped him. She said at the same time I was trying not to let it scare my family and pretend I was fine. She says I honestly thought I had an infected stroke or that I was dying, and my doctor was adamant it was gynecologically related, but all results from countless blood, heart, eye, lung, smear, and ultrasound tests came back as clear, and I believed them without question. She said it wasn't until I saw a holistic therapist that a B12 deficiency was suggested. She said I had all the symptoms and he gave me the printed results of my test. This was the missing link. She goes on to say in this article, they're quoting her, after extensive research into the subject, I could see my levels of B12 were at the lowest end. I was also short on ferritin or iron, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. However, these numbers were still just within the doctor's preset ranges, so had gone undetected. So understand, you notice that she was, with all these symptoms that she was having, she was not only deficient in vitamin B12, like I said earlier, you can be significantly deficient in these minerals and vitamins that have severe diseases and you will be given oftentimes pharmaceutical drugs that will do nothing at all to heal or reverse the underlying cause. She went on to say, even after doing a further 8 months of my own research to back up my symptoms, my GP simply advised antidepressants again. To be ridiculed and not believed was so upsetting. I saw 4 male GPs who all blamed postnatal depression. And so, again, the concept of the article, I mean, in the interest of keeping this as a quick wellness news nugget, so as not to go too long, I try to keep this between 5 and 7 minutes, sometimes shorter. She goes on to say that she went the route of taking B12 injections. I would recommend taking B12, sublingual B12, and especially if she had the severe if you had a severe deficiency that she had, I would recommend taking maybe 2,500 micrograms of fast dissolve sublingual B12. Now the article goes on to point out, and again, it's at tyla.com if you want to read the entire article. But I'm giving you the gist of it, and again, my recommendations or my just my commentary on it. The article goes on to point out how B12 deficiency is actually relatively common, according to the National Institute for Clinical Excellence. The symptoms of B12 deficiency include, but might not necessarily be limited to these: the weakness or fatigue, pins and needle feeling in your feet or legs, feet or hands, changes in the way that you walk and move around, mouth ulcers, changes in the way you walk and move around, says it again, disturbed vision, irritability, depression, changes in the way you think, feel, and behave, including memory, understanding, and judgment. And so again, just remember, your nutrition, as I pointed out here, you get most of this can be caused by not eating well, eating nutritionally depleted food, eating things that burn up your minerals and vitamins, but don't replace minerals and vitamins. And so again, this is an excellent article. Remember, many times you can be sick and it's being missed. It could simply be a mineral or vitamin deficiency, some type of nutrition deficiency, or a number of nutrition deficiencies. Again, thank you for listening again. I'm Dr. Keith Henry. Until next time, take care and be blessed.